Can your childhood dreams really come true? That's the topic we're going to be discussing here tonight live. So stick around for all that and much, much more that's coming right. Whoa! From Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell so that way you won't miss a single thing when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. That's right. I am here to help as many people as possible that are open to the help, because you must be open to the help for anyone to be able to help you. I'm here to help as many people get the best possible grips on their life, so that way each and every one of you can accomplish whatever it is that your heart or hearts desire. All right, welcome to the show, everyone. Before we continue, let me make sure the notification has gone out. It has gone out on YouTube. And let me check out the back end of YouTube and make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. This is odd. This is weird. Why is my video looking weird on the YouTube screen? Let me make sure that this is working properly on YouTube, because on the back end it's showing that I'm really zoomed in. Give me a second here. Let me make sure. This is odd. This is weird. No, I look normal. It's funny, when you go to the back end of YouTube through YouTube Studio in the live control room, they have a screen to show a preview of how you appear out live. And it's got me totally zoomed in on the right, but it actually looks normal. That's why I always check things out, on the actual app. Speaking of which, we're also simulcasting live on Facebook again tonight. So let me make sure that we're rolling normally on Facebook. We got 5 people on Facebook. Speaking of which, we're also simulcasting live on Facebook again tonight. So let me make sure. Oh, my good friend Sue is watching me. Hey, Sue, how are you doing? Welcome to the show. I know we need to catch up and touch base soon. I know we haven't talked in quite some time, and maybe we can do that sometime soon. I've just been super swamped running my new business and dealing with everything that's been happening in our world between, COVID. I don't have COVID, to be clear about that. But there's just been a lot going on, and I just haven't had a whole lot of time to touch base with a lot of people. But feel free to chat in the chat. We've got 2 people out of the 5 people left Facebook. We still have 3 people here live, so feel free to ask any questions regarding your business or your personal lives, and I'd be happy to answer them. Over on the YouTube side of things, we have Moonchild. Hi, Coach Eli. Got a headache, so gotta just be here listening. Yeah, no problem. We're not going to be on too terribly long. Tonight I'm going to be discussing childhood dreams and can they come true. And I'm going to be sharing how one of my biggest childhood dreams came true, and I'm living it right now. I'll explain more about that in just a little bit. But first, let me once again pay special props to this channel's sponsor. It's none other than my great, amazing friend that runs an amazing marketing company. His name is Troy Brewer, and he is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network for all of your product and service needs from the most trusted professionals in the industry. Please consider visiting www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. One more time, that's www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. You can also visit a subsidiary of the Discover Community Network known as the DCN Internet Radio Network. And when you go on that website, you're going to find a bunch of talk and music internet radio stations. And more than likely, one of those talk or music internet radio stations will suit your talk or music genre needs. So if you love listening to internet radio throughout the course of your days from your smartphone or your computer, or you can use your smartphone to hook it up to your Bluetooth in your car or your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, please consider checking out www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. One more time, that's www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. Both those links are below in the description, about a third of the way down on the YouTube side of things. And if you go to those websites, either of those websites, and you find out how to connect with Troy by phone or by email, and you connect with him, please do not fail to mention that Coach Eli, as always, sends you with lots and lots and lots of love, because I have lots of love for everyone. Coach Eli has plenty of love to go around for each and every one of you. All right. Yeah, things have been quite interesting lately. The numbers have been down. And, I've been really trying to rebuild a new audience out here on YouTube, trying to get rid of a former drama audience that I excuse me, that I used to be involved with unintentionally. And it's interesting to me that one of the content creators that runs drama streams, that pretty much has had a part of my audience for a long time, recently got a secondary channel of his monetized. And his secondary channel is an art and entertainment channel. And instead of running art and entertainment live streams and putting out art and entertainment content, he is running drama streams on his newly monetized art and entertainment channel. And he's once again tonight doing a drama stream. So that's where everyone is at. They're over watching drama on a channel that's supposedly supposed to have nothing to do with drama. It's really pathetic. And I'll just mention this. I could care less what anyone says. The channel is called Punksthetic Art and Entertainment. That's his brand, Punksthetic. Punksthetic, I believe is how you spell it. And I'd have to say, we should change that channel's name to Pathetic Drama and Stupidity Channel. That's my honest opinion, because that's what the guy is doing. He got his secondary channel monetized after he was removed from the YouTube Partner Program a little over a year ago because of the same things that he's now doing on this newly monetized channel. So you can only imagine, and you can put two and two together on what's going to probably happen to him down the road. It's just really pathetic, and I just felt the need to say that. But that is that. No big deal. Whoever is here is going to enjoy the show, and if you don't catch it live, then you can actually catch the replay. All right, so the topic of tonight's show is, can your childhood dreams really come true? The story of how mine did, plus how yours can too. One more time. Can your childhood dreams really come true? The story of how mine did, and plus how yours can too. Ruth says in the chat, dude, that name would be too long, way too hard to brand that name. What are you talking about, Ruth? I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. What name are you talking about? Be a little more specific. Were you talking about, changing that Punksthetic Art and Entertainment channel name to Pathetic Drama and Stupidity Channel? Instead of Punksthetic, we'll just call it Pathetic. Because that's what it is. I can't stop talking about it because this dude seems to think that he can't make any money or gain any traction besides creating drama content on whatever type of channel he runs. It's pathetic. It really is. It's comical. And it's not sustainable long term. All right, so let me get right to it here. So as I was growing up, when I was a little kid, at a very young age, I fell in love with technology because I was born and raised here in the San Francisco Bay Area. And the San Francisco Bay Area is also known as Silicon Valley, where all the major high-tech companies started. And it was interesting growing up. I kid. All right. I don't know who you are, Ruth. That's cool. I know you were here the other day, but feel free to share your thoughts. And as long as they're constructive, I'd be happy to respond to them. Not a big deal. I'm sure you can agree with me on that channel name, right? That dude should change his channel name to, Pathetic Drama and Stupidity Channel. Because he's gonna, it's only a matter of time before he gets removed from the YouTube Partner Program and gets demonetized on that channel. I think he knows it's going to eventually happen. Hashtag Frisco Bay. All right, that's cool. So yeah, as I was growing up, even at a very, oh, hey, GLM, how you doing? So GLM, well, while you're here, let me ask you a question. I saw a clip of a stream you were on from on American Dreams channel. And I tried to find the original stream. I couldn't find it. But, American Dream has been donating money to me, and I don't ask him to do that. And whether he does it or not, it's not a big deal. I'm not concerned about it. I appreciate it, though. But, he was asking, what's up with Eli? It seems like nobody likes Eli, and then you agreed with that, which you're entitled to your opinion. I respectfully, disagree with you, but, I'm just kind of wondering what was the purpose of that conversation. I thought you had moved on from the drama, and same with him, and he's been donating money to me. See, this is the stuff I don't get about YouTube. Like, I will not donate money to anyone that I don't like. I'm not going to donate money to somebody and then go run a live stream and talk smack about them, right? And I understand Dream is cool. I understand that Dream is cool. And I understand you have your opinion, and I'm not going to ban you, GLM. It's fine. I'm cool with the way things are. I'm just going with things, and it is what it is. But, you're saying that everybody, doesn't like me. Well, you're kind of right about that in a certain aspect. You're right that nobody likes me from that former Dramasphere group because they're drama, insecure, immature, mentally and emotionally unstable people. And you know that because you dealt with them, right? So I wouldn't expect any of those people to like me anyway. But there are other people that do like who I am. I sent you the link to your Hangouts, GLM. You can go ahead and check that out after the show. I did message you last night. You probably did not get it, and that's okay. And that's okay. But again, like I said, it doesn't bother me that those people don't like me because they're not the type of people that, I really want around here on my channel. I mean, I would love to help those types of people because they're the types of people that need the most help, but they're not open to it. And, you and I both know, GLM, that you can't help anyone that's not open to the help, right? Very true. That group of people don't like you. Well, see, GLM, Ruth Mo, I don't even know. It's all good. It's not that they don't like me, GLM. They don't love themselves. They don't like themselves. Okay. I'm not trying to get all philosophical here or be all life coachy because I know you don't like that and I'm trying to be respectful to you. But these people don't love themselves. So they're not capable of liking someone like myself or you if we do positive things. And that's why they're going to go hang out over that pathetic drama and stupidity channel that has nothing to do with punkstatic art and entertainment. It's just really, I can't stop talking about it because it's so funny. It's so funny. But anyway, so back to my story here. As I was growing up as a little kid in the San Francisco Bay Area here, my mom was the homemaker. She wasn't working yet at that point. She was raising my brother and I, and my father would go to work. And my father was was a very successful car salesman. He also had, many positions where he was a general manager at many car dealerships because he worked long hours. My father would work, 6 to 7 days per week, 12 to 14, sometimes 16 hours per day. And, he made very good money. And he was selling cars primarily in the South Bay area, deep in the heart of Silicon Valley, where all of the new high-tech companies were starting back then. So my father sold cars to all of these high-tech gurus from all these companies: Apple, Adobe, Microsoft, Atari. All these companies started here in Silicon Valley, where I live. And and then sometimes, when my father would sell these people cars, like they would trade in their old cars, and their old cars, they would leave certain things behind as gifts. Like one time, my father brought home this like 3 or 4 inch black and white TV. It was a portable black and white TV with an over-the-air antenna. That was back in the days before cable and satellite TV really took off. Cable was around, but there were only like 20 cable channels back then. Oh, Robert, thank you for stopping by, Robert, but it's time for you to go. I missed you, Robert. I missed you, man. Where you been, dude? Why don't you go over to the pathetic drama and stupidity channel and troll over there, dude? There are many more people there. And I know you like trolling that guy too. It's all right. So my dad brought home this little TV, this 3 or 4 inch black and white TV, and they weren't portable. It was portable, but it was like the size of a boom box. You remember those boom boxes? And it would take like 6 D batteries, those big D batteries. And I remember watching this TV. I loved this TV. I couldn't get enough of it, right? And all of a sudden, one day, it stopped working. And I asked my mom to give me some new batteries. And I put new batteries in it, and it wasn't working. And rather than just telling my mother, we need to get this repaired and fixed, I got really angry. And I went and got a hammer and put a hammer right through the screen, and I just totally destroyed this TV. What'd he say? I missed it. What did Robert say? Well, he said that you live off your deceased dad's blood and sweat. Shameful. That's all he ever has said, man. I live in the memory of my father, and I love my father. And, that's all Robert has to say. I mean, that's all Robert ever says. He thinks it triggers me and it bothers me, but nothing he says or does bothers me anymore. It doesn't matter. It's not a big deal. So, shout out to my late and great father. It's been almost 13 years. Maybe Robert's just jealous of me because I come from a good family, right? But hey, Robert, got an inheritance himself. So it's like, Robert, you're doing all right. So what's the big deal? Well, why do you feel the need to project your insecurities onto me, Robert, when you've got plenty of money? But, you made one big mistake that you're going to be paying for very soon, and maybe that's why you're behaving the way you're behaving. But anyway, let's continue with the story. So, moving forward with the story, I really fell in love with technology and with radio and with TV. And while I was fascinated with the technical aspects of how a radio works and what it takes to put on a radio show, or how TV works and what it takes to put on a TV show, because I've always been a tech-savvy type of guy. Like I said, the reason why I mentioned that story about that black and white TV is because I was always fascinated about how the product worked. besides it doing what it's supposed to do, right? And I failed to mention, I did try to fix the TV. I was trying to fix the TV that wasn't working, and when it stopped working, I couldn't fix it. I put a hammer right through the screen, and I just started pounding this TV. And my mother came. I was outside in the yard. My mother came outside. She's like, "What are you doing? Stop! What are you doing?" And I just kept on beating the heck out of this, 3 or 4 inch black and white TV that was the size. The screen was 3 or 4 inches, but it was the size of a boom box because technology hadn't shrunk down as it has nowadays. Nowadays, we've got these smartphones here that are portable, and they basically are, better than that big black and white TV from back in the days. So you keep coming back all you want to give me views, Robert. I'm going to keep on just ignoring you and blocking you. It's not a big deal. So yeah, I love the technical aspect of things, but at the same time, I also love the on-air personalities of the DJs, and I also love the TV hosts of TV shows. And I remember when I was growing up, and I would do my homework when I was in grammar school. Starting around probably when I was like 9 or 10 years old, maybe a little bit younger. I would always listen to the radio while doing my homework, in the background. And that's what many of us kids, used to do back then. I'm not sure what the kids do in the modern world, but that's what we used to do because there wasn't as many TV channels back then. And radio was incredible back then because they had great DJ personalities, and they would give away free movie tickets and free concert tickets and all that stuff. And it kept you listening because you wanted to try to win those tickets or whatever, they were giving away every hour on the hour. But what fascinated me more than the radio contest, which I won quite a few of those myself, I just really loved the personality of the DJ. Like, I would listen to a station back in those days called X100. And there was a DJ called Super Snake. He was this African-American dude. He was a really cool dude. I actually got to meet him in person at an event back in those days because they used to run a lot of events for radio stations. And Super Snake would start off his show, and it would go like this. It's Super Snake, right? And that's how I, learned how to do the morning rooster, right? I learned from, listening to other DJs in my younger days, right? I was really fascinated by radio, and I just really loved this particular DJ. And he would come on and say 99.7 FM, X100, it's Super Snake, right? And blah, 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 right? And right now we're listening to Michael Jackson's Beat It on X100, right? And I loved that stuff, right? To the point of where when I started working my first job, which was a paper route for the San Francisco Chronicle, and I was making about $100 a month, which was not bad money for a kid that's like 10 years old, right? Like a couple times a month, I would have my mother drive me down to the local record store. And this was before. I think Tower Records and the Warehouse, was just coming into play, but there were a lot of mom and pop record stores. And this one mom and pop record store nearby, had the top 100, singles as 45 records. Back in my younger days, singles came in a 45 record format. There were the 33 and a third big records with the full album, and then if you just wanted to buy a hit single, then you would buy a 45 record. Later on down the road, they came out with cassette singles, then CDs, then CD singles, and now that's even outdated because now everything is digital. We have MP3s and AAC, and our smartphones, they do everything digitally. But that's how it was back then, right? So I would go and I would spend literally like half my earnings each month buying the top 40 or top 50 records. And then I'd come back to my room and I would pretend to be a DJ. I had a turntable and a nice sound system that I had gotten as a gift for Christmas years back. And I would sit there in my room and I would say, 99.7 FM KELI. And we've got the latest from Michael Jackson. It's Thriller. And then boom, I would just, play the song. I'd crank it up and drive my brother and mother crazy. Now, my father was working, but, I had a lot of fun doing that. So anyway, boy, this guy's so pathetic. He just can't get enough of me, man. You just want me to give you some attention, Robert? Would that make you feel better? What do you care about my lifestyle or anything like that? I mean, and let me ask you this, Robert. What proof do you even have that I live off of my deceased dad's blood, sweat, and tears? What proof do you have? Dude, why don't you furnish some proof? Because it doesn't exist, dude. The only shameful thing is your behavior for a 50-year-old grown-ass man to continue trolling someone that hasn't bothered you in a long time. I think it's pathetic, dude. So that's fine. Keep coming back in on any remaining socks you have, bro, and I just keep banning you until you run out of channels. And now you can't create new channels because Google and YouTube need you to use your actual cell phone number to verify new accounts, and you're not going to do that because then they're going to know who you are, right, Robert? Even though I already know who you are, they're going to know who you are, right? Oh, man. Some of the people I met out here on YouTube, and these are just typical people in everyday life. They just so happen to be on YouTube, which makes their behavior more apparent. That's okay. So because of that, I wanted to become a DJ. I wanted to become a DJ, or I wanted to become a TV talk show host because I used to always watch those talk shows as well. And, when it ended up coming time to decide what I wanted to do for a career, because I didn't see this as feasible, I was going to go to college and get a degree in electrical engineering because I loved the technical aspect of things and I wanted to learn how to, create things and deal with electricity and stuff like that, right? But I ended up going down a different path, and that's a story for another time. But I never forgot about my childhood because the first 17 years of my life, I ended up working in retail management, retail corporate. But then when I transitioned to becoming a self-employed entrepreneur about 13 plus years ago, that's where my childhood dreams came true. And I'll share with you how that happened. When I got my insurance licenses and I was starting to promote and market my insurance business so I can get clients, not only did I do in-person networking, I also created a podcast. I ended up meeting my now very good friend, Troy Brewer, the sponsor of this channel and the owner of the Discover Community Network. I ended up meeting Troy. And, he was running his marketing company for a while. He really loved what I was doing with the in-person networking, but he also saw what I was doing on social media, and he knew I was very tech savvy, but I also had a great personality to do other things as well. So I connected with Troy, and Troy had also just started the DCN Internet Radio Network, and I suggested to Troy, why don't we start a talk radio station? And, I can interview people from both of our networks, interview the entrepreneurs, get them some great exposure, and it'll, give us a show where we can sell ads on and make money a different way and help people at the same time. And Troy told me he'll think about it, right? Well, he thought about it for about half a day, and then he called me back the next day and he said, I created the station. It's ready to go. Go for it. And from that point, I was able to start my first podcast, which was broadcast on DCN Talk Radio, which is one of his internet radio stations to this day. And then we would also put the podcasts on my website, the January Networking Association, which is, my company, and people were able to go listen to the podcast there or on the internet radio station. But doing the shows not only allowed me to help other people get exposure and help me get more exposure, it allowed me to live my dream of wanting to be a talk show host or be a radio DJ. Even though it was just internet radio, we had a pretty good following, and I really, really enjoyed doing it. GLM says in the chat under the Ruth Mobe account, I saw that video, Eli, and my only response to that is I don't answer to anyone except God. So if someone wants to troll me for doing what I think is right, then go right ahead. Not my problem. Well, I understand. It was Robert that made that video. And I could care less. It doesn't matter. People want to troll, they're going to troll. And you and I know how to handle that, GLM. It's not a big deal. The only reason I was curious about that video is because American Dream has been donating money to me all the time. And, if he doesn't like me or isn't happy with me, why would he be donating money and telling me privately that he appreciates what I'm doing and he doesn't like what the other people have done to me? Are people different when they run their own shows? Do they talk smack because it gets some drama ratings? I mean, this is the hypocrisy I see out here on YouTube. It's like people on one side are cool with you, and then they go on a different side and they're talking smack about you. Like it's just hysterical. It's just nuts, right? And then, again, you made a comment, which I'm not mad that you said what you said. You're right about what you said. You said nobody likes me, but you left out the part that nobody likes me from this former drama sphere, which is the absolute truth about that, and you know that. And it sounded a lot better saying nobody likes me because it just sounds better. And I'm cool with that, GLM. It's not a big deal, right? But yeah, it is what it is. It's not a big deal. And look, if someone wants to keep donating to me and talking smack about me behind my back, it is what it is. I'm not going to worry about it. Life goes on. Life goes on. And I got my own thing to run here anyway. So there's one more aspect to this story. And I'm going to step away and take a break before I come back and share that. We've been on for 33 minutes. And I need to use the restroom real quick and refill my coffee. And then I'm going to come back for another 20 to 30 minutes and finish the other half of the story. Folks, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns while I'm gone, please put them in the chat. Darren says on the Facebook site, good to see you smiling again. Love it. You're great, man. Well, thank you, Darren. I appreciate that, bro. Bro, I've known you for a long time. And you know how people are on the internet, man. People come out on the internet and they try to troll anonymously and they project their insecurities, because they just don't love themselves, man. See, I don't care who comes at me or what they do. You know why? Because there's only one thing that matters about me, for me and by me. And that's how I feel about myself. And like I say all the time, the only opinion about myself that matters is my own. Just like I say to you folks, the only opinion of yourselves that matters is your own. Right? That doesn't mean you shouldn't be open to constructive criticism, but when people are trolling and projecting onto you, if you can learn how to identify that, it's not going to faze you, right? And it doesn't faze me, so it's all good. All right, so let me go ahead and have a good night. Well, thanks for stopping by, GLM. I appreciate it. Take care. Let me know if you want me to unban some of your other accounts, whichever ones are left that YouTube didn't shut down. Let me know, and I'd be happy to do that. But thanks for stopping by, And one thing here real quick. If you dream it, you can do it, right? if you dream it, you can do it. It's my background for tonight. And I know with me, sitting in front of it and then, having the YouTube chat turned on, it's kind of hard to see it. So I wanted to show that to you folks for just a second there. Give me a second here. Let me just cue up some music here real quick. Do, do, do. Mm-hmm. Do. Just need one more. All right. What do I want to play? All right, folks, music's all queued up. I'm going to step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. When we return, I'm going to finish the story on how my childhood dream really came true. And I'm going to also briefly share how yours can come true as well towards the end of the show. So stick around. We'll be right back. I'm back. I am back. I'm back. You know what? If you dream it, you can do it. If you dream it, you can do it. I'm living proof of that, folks. You can make anything happen that your heart desires as long as you dream it, you think about it, and you really, really want it. Let me turn on the chat again. Yes. Yeah. Woo! Shake it all about. Shake it up. Shake it up. Gotta feel good, right? Does it feel good to be on a non-drama channel? If you're tired of drama channels, put a 1 in the chat. I know there are not that many people here, but if you're tired of drama channels, put a 1 in the chat. I know you're tired of drama, Moonchild. Shake it all about. Shake it, baby. Shake it, baby. Shake it, baby. Woo! Yeah. Oh, yeah. Moonchild says, welcome back. And I'm about to say, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube and also once again simulcasting live on Facebook. Glad you could all join me tonight for this brief show. It is 10:56 p.m. Eastern Time, 7:56 p.m. Pacific Time. Wow. Wow, GLM, I appreciate that. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, putting in 1. Wow, you didn't have to do that, but wow. Wow. And I got a text message right now from somebody I've been looking forward to getting a text message from, and they just made my night. Things are going well. Hey, GLM, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm actually at a loss for words because that says a lot about your character. And let me just say something, GLM, because I'm a strong person and I, see things for whatever they're worth. I know that there are a lot of good people that are even involved with these drama groups that we used to be a part of. And I know these people are going through a lot of things. And sometimes you need a group like that to help yourself feel better. And I get it. People go through things and they want to be around other people that are going through the same thing because it makes themselves feel better. The problem is that does not correct the issue. If you continue hanging with a group like that, it makes the matter worse, and then you never correct the underlying issue, right? And I will say this, GLM, I'm very proud that you were able to, get away from that group and move past that. That's very respectful. And I did the same thing, and several others did the same thing as well. But the others, are going down a path of misery. And I hope that one day, they're able to see the light and turn things around and better themselves. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. I know that we've known each other probably for a year and a half, almost 2 years now. We met through the Growth Stream community. And it was I believe it was the I Am a Creator, and then I believe I met you through Killer Whales channel. And then, you got involved on some panels, and because you're a pretty outspoken woman, and I can respect that. You're a pretty outspoken woman. People came at you, and then you came at them, just like people used to come at me. I came at them. And then it creates this endless back and forth that never ends, because these people don't really care about the principle of what you and I were talking about. They only cared about keeping the drama going. And once you and I figured that out, we moved on. So I just wanted to recognize that. I appreciate it. I'm really touched by the $4.99 super chat. You didn't have to do that, but I thank you for that. And that's the kind of guy I am, folks. I thank everyone for any donation that they make, especially ones that are seriously were never expected. So appreciate that. Thank you so much. Moonchild puts a 1 in the chat as well. What up, Eli in chat? PM the boss. Is that you, Paul? Who is that? Who is PM the boss? I'm just kind of curious. This is interesting. Oh, man. Give me just a second here. Okay. We are good. Lewis Fuller's in the house. Good evening, host. Good evening, Lewis. Lewis is going to say, I just gave you a like. And he's also going to say, I'm watching your ads in full. Right, Lewis? I know how it works, Lewis. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. All right, folks. Tonight, we are discussing, can your childhood dreams really come true? The story of how mine did, plus how yours can too. One more time. Can your childhood dreams really come true? The story of how mine did, plus how yours can too. I've got an itch on my nose. Excuse me a second. That's so unprofessional, but it's an itch for good luck. At least I have a rag here to take care of that professionally, right? If you missed the first part of the show, I shared the first part of what I enjoyed doing during my childhood that led to my childhood dream coming true. I mentioned how I started doing podcasting with a friend of mine on one of his on his internet radio station platform when I became self-employed 13 years ago, and that was only the beginning, because I'm going to share the rest of the story here on what got me to where I'm at here today on YouTube, and what's made it possible and allowed me to be able to do what I'm doing right now. Because a lot of people have asked me, Eli, how do you do this? You run these live streams and you can talk for hours and you never run out of things to talk about. And You've got, great quality video and audio and lighting and all that. How did you do that? Well, it was my childhood dream to have something like this. I didn't think it was going to be exactly this that was going to happen, because if you go back 30, 35 years ago, when this started to be my dream, while I was around 10 years old or so, the internet had not even been born yet. And even when the internet was born, who knew that YouTube and other social media platforms were going to allow you to create, videos and live streams in high quality, just like a regular TV show. Folks, it's amazing what you could do on YouTube nowadays. Like literally, you could watch my stream in high quality 1080p HD on your smart TV like a regular TV show. And that's what my dream was. I wanted to have my own TV show, or I wanted to be a famous radio DJ. And when I realized how hard it was going to be to make it happen, I went a different path. But now that the internet came out and I'm able to do this myself from the comfort of my own place, I'm living my dream, folks. I'm living my dream. But how did I learn how to do this? Everything I did in the past comes into play. All of those radio shows I used to listen to, and all of those TV shows I used to watch, with talk show hosts talking about certain things, the influx of their voice and what they would say, and even some infomercials on TV. I would listen to all of this content, and it started getting in my head, and I'm like, I can do this. I would start to mimic it, right? I would start to pretend like I'm the talk show host, or I'm the radio DJ, like I used to do in my room, like I mentioned in the first part of the show. I used to sit in my room and play 45 records, pretending to be a DJ and running my own radio station, K-E-L-I. K-Eli, right? PM the boss. Well, we don't really need that type of stuff here, Paul. So, Paul, you can keep coming back on as many accounts as you want until they run out, and we're just going to get rid of you. It's either you, Paul, or it's you, Robert. And who cares? It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Oh, you guys are so pathetic, man. Like, you guys are so insecure and so immature and so pathetic. And it's not that I want to pay any attention to you folks. This is comical. It's comical to me to see grown men in their 40s and 50s and beyond behave like 2-year-olds because they're insecure, and they see me being secure and they wish they could be like me. So they come here, try to kick me down to their level so they can try to feel better, right? Come on, guys, grow up. Come on, man. Jesus. So basically, after I used to run networking events all over Northern California to grow my insurance business. And like I mentioned before I went on break, I was doing this podcast that was being broadcast on my friend Troy's internet radio station called DCN Talk Radio. DCN used to stand for Discover Community Network, but now he changed it to Discover. It used to be called Discover County Network. Now it's called Discover Community Network. So I used to do a weekly podcast where I'd interview a different entrepreneur from my network and Troy's network each week. It was an hour to an hour and a half show. It would be broadcast several times each day on DCN Talk Radio. And then the following week, it went on demand on my website. The show was called DCN GNA Member Spotlight, Discover Community Network, January Networking Association Member Spotlight. I just reported him. He's an AH. Thank you. That's all right, man. It's all right. They're just going to come back on different accounts till they run out of accounts, dude. But I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. It's not a big deal, Lewis, but thank you for reporting them. So, because I was doing this show And I was also doing public speaking in person at my networking events and other people's networking events when they would invite me to speak on their platforms. I learned to become a better public speaker. When I did the podcasting, I learned how to be a good talk show host. Whether I was going solo or interviewing someone, I gained lots of experience interviewing people and talking to large groups of people, not only on the podcast, on the radio, but in person as well. So when it came time for me to run my YouTube channel, the only difference was adding a video aspect of it, which was another part of my dream, because not only did I want to be a radio DJ when I was younger, I wanted to also be a TV talk show host. I just popped my pop filter. There we go. All right. I think we're back now. And when I came out on YouTube, I didn't even know about live streaming. All I wanted to do was create videos to help people with their business and personal, success, give them success tips based on my past experiences, share the ways I initially failed and how I learned from those failures and turned those failures around to be successful at, any aspect in life that I've become successful at. So I was doing pre-recorded videos at first, and then I found out about YouTube live streaming, and I'm like, okay, I used to do a show podcast style where I would interview people or talk solo, right? Why don't I take the same concept and just add video to it and do live streaming on YouTube? And I did that, and the rest is freaking history. And that's what got me to where I'm at today. That's what got me to the point of where I am now, living my childhood dream. And here's the thing. A lot of people, I'm not going to be on too much longer, folks, because I'm almost done here. I'm going to wrap this up in just a few minutes here. So get your questions in right now if you have any other questions. Darren says, B, you still here? Did you get it? Just sent $10. Let me know. Really? Really? Darren, you didn't have to do that. Where did you send that to, man? Did you send it to PayPal? Oh my God. Darren. Oh, brother, dude, you didn't have to do that, bro. Thank you so much, Darren, for the $10 PayPal donation, bro. You didn't have to do that, bro. You and I go way back. I appreciate it, man. I know we need to get together and talk soon. I know we've been trying to reconnect, man, and it's just been so crazy, dude. So crazy between these shows and other things I've been dealing with throughout my days. But we're going to get together and talk soon, bro. And, dude, maybe one of these days I'll just bring you on the show. I do want to get some of the people from the past on my live streams. But, yeah, Darren, whatever you need, bro. Darren's like, love listening to you. Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it, dude. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully it brings a little more positivity in your life. I'm raw and real, dude. I've always been raw and real. I may not say things the most professionally all the time. I try to be, but, I always like to keep it real, man. But thank you for that, Darren. I'm sorry, man. I was neglecting the Facebook site for a little bit. I was really getting into the story. But folks, get your questions in right now. I'm about to go off the air in just a little bit. I do have a nice phone call to make tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Maybe I'll share more about that another time. But, I am living my childhood dream. And a lot of people that have known me on YouTube for a while may question it and say, how can you be living your childhood dream when, your business is not making a lot of money at this point, And you're right about that. I'm still building my coaching business. It's actually done a lot better lately. It's getting there because I've removed the trolls and I'm focusing more on the proper audience. but it's going to get there. Although at the same time, it doesn't mean I'm not living my dream. I actually enjoy doing this for free. And if I could do this for free forever, that's my ultimate goal and dream right there, is to maybe one day start a nonprofit and have this funded through donations where I can help people along with another group of people. Maybe I can train them and we can work together to help other people get the best possible grips on their lives. I would do it for free if I could. But I'm living my dream because, look, I have this platform on YouTube and Facebook where I can run live streams for as long as I want in high quality 1080p HD. Well, it's limited to 720 on Facebook, but it's still decent with high quality sound. And I have a chat where I can engage with you people. It doesn't cost me anything. Now, granted, I have to buy the equipment and all that, which is fine. But I've had this equipment for a while now. It's been a great investment. I'm grateful that I have this platform that's allowing me to live my dream of being a talk show host or being a radio DJ or a combination of both, and then incorporating that with me being the life coach that I am today. So I am living my childhood dream no matter what anyone says out there. I know the trolls and the haters and the people out there that think I haven't been successful are going to think otherwise, right? And whether, like I said, I've made a lot of money doing this so far or not, that's not the point. The point of the matter is I'm living my dream. My dream has come true. I never expected 30 plus years ago, before the internet even came out, and even when the internet did come out during the dial-up days, I never knew we were going to have the technology we have nowadays through YouTube and Facebook, like I just mentioned, to do what we're doing. And I'm grateful and thankful for that. I really am. I truly am. Let me check out the Facebook side of things one more time. Darren says, awesome. Start from the beginning and go from there. You got this, bro. Thank you, dude. Darren, I want to work with you at some point. And many of the other people from the Facebook side, people I've known for a long time. I want to work with you folks. I want to help you get where you want to get to. Together, we can really make a difference. All right. That's going to do it for tonight, folks. We are at 1 hour and 6 minutes. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you, Darren, for just being here. You didn't have to donate, but thank you for your $10 PayPal donation once again. Give me a second here. This is so pathetic. I shouldn't even read it, but I will. I will read it for shits and giggles. So Paul, PMI Radio Network, this is probably Robert coming in the sock account, the troll. Like, how great your childhood dream was to be an adult failure. Well, sir, you're just projecting your own insecurities onto me. And I know who you are, sir. And honestly, I don't think you were a failure at life. I think you made one big mistake that is changing your behavior and forcing you to come out here on this platform and project your insecurities onto other people like me. Sir, my life shouldn't define yours. And as much time and effort that you put into trolling me every single day, it's pretty pathetic, dude, if you have better things to do. That's just my opinion, dude. But do what you got to do, bro. That's fine. You know, you want to keep on coming back and giving me views and giving me watch time and, you know, getting your licks in. That's fine. I honestly think it's rather comical. Like I have built so much strength to trolling in the court of public opinion out here on social media, especially YouTube, that nothing you or anyone else says or does phases me, bro. It just doesn't. It doesn't. I laugh at it, and it's rather comical. So thank you for stopping by, whether you're Paul or Robert. I think you're Robert. But anyway, that's that. So thank you, Darren, once again for your $10 PayPal donation, bro. Lots of love. I'll be in touch with you soon. And thank you to GLM earlier. who was in on our Ruth Mob account for the $4.99 super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you to Lewis Fuller for stopping by, moderator, and thank you for Moonchild. Thank you to Moonchild for being here, another moderator, and anyone else that was watching behind the scenes. And I'll even thank the trolls for stopping by and having their say. It's your right to do so, right? Freedom of speech, right? All right, folks, with that being said, have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Me too. You take it like a champ. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, man. He's like, jealous of your success. You're nothing to be jealous about, Darren. Darren, dude, listen, if you want to do something like this, I will help you, bro. Nothing to be jealous about, bro. Nothing. Dude, you're much younger than me, dude. You have no idea how much time you have, dude. Listen, I'll help you, bro. Till next time, see you all. Bye-bye. We're out. Peace, 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 peace.